talked about how to drive transformation through a business using Spark as a case study. And I wondered if you could talk a little bit about the trends we're seeing coming in that are disrupting business.
Sure. So I guess what we're seeing is huge disruption driven by digital, really. I think in terms of when you look at it, technology changes, that shift of more and more data and digital information across mobile, cloud, fibre, and you're seeing much more personalisation of information, so that's driving some of that change. You're seeing a shift in the power of customers. Again, social media helps them see and want to be part of what's going on in an organisation. They don't, they'll quickly notice if there's bad behaviour and they'll quickly post that to their friends. So it has a much bigger impact than it previously has done. I think what we're also seeing shifts in is really expanded development resources around the world. So if you think about a digital world, shifting much more to how you create the best customer experience end to end. So we're seeing developers, probably 25 million I think roughly at last count across the world, and probably 10,000 in New Zealand alone. They're all thinking about how do they create problems to your customer solutions. So that's again leading to a change in the marketplace we're operating in, and it potentially could bypass you as a business.
So what I'm hearing is the customer experience is obviously a key focus, and is that what Spark
I think digital
has done?
businesses and digital marketplaces, absolutely. You've got to, and just business in general, you've got to be thinking about how do you improve that customer experience. What are you doing right from the start of the design of whether the product or the market you're going into, to how you operate, how you engage with them, what apps makes their life easier. So it's really about removing friction.
And what are some of the challenges Spark faced?
I think at any time you're making a business turnaround like we've done, there's significant challenges. You start from, first of all, just realising that maybe your business isn't performing as well as you'd like, and your baby does look a little bit ugly, but you've actually got to go ahead and make those changes. I think you then have to think about how do your people, how do they understand that change, how do you share with them, and move quickly, because I think I talked about it earlier in that the biggest thing that will slow a business down is ambiguity for long periods of time. So being really clear on making tough decisions about what you need to do, and then executing against that quickly for people. That removes the ambiguity. It allows the business to focus on running the business rather than worrying about what's going to happen to my role in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. So I think those are some of the challenges you face. You also face, both internally and externally sometimes, the disbelievers. So, and really all you can do with that is be consistent in telling your story, why you're changing, what's important about the drivers, and actually sharing that reality with everyone in terms of the current course and speed is not going to serve you well into the next few years. You have to make these seismic changes.
And would you say 3 years on now, you've got some successes you can point to?
Oh, absolutely.
And so you can tell the story.
Yeah. So if you think about it, we went from being an infrastructure owner, sort of legacy products, defending them, what I'd say is walking back slowly, so prices higher, but ceding market share. Now we're a winning digital services business with much more of a retailer's mindset. We've grown our market share in mobile from 34% over that time to around 42%. Our cloud business has grown at probably 3 times the rate of market. We've gone from being a business that had no earnings, wasn't growing earnings over the last decade, to one that is, and our market cap's grown $2 billion over that time. We invested in our brand too, really, in improving that preference and relevance to the customers that will engage with us into the future.
And you had some great learnings. Could you maybe talk about some of them?
Yeah. So I think one of those first learnings is nobody gives you a free run. If you want to change your business, you have to be prepared to invest, and what that means is you have to find the funds to do that. So for us, that constituted the turnaround program, which really focused on reducing our operating costs, looking at how we used our capital better, and that meant really shifting the performance cadence inside the business and really having our people understand that every day or week delay was real money. So thinking about it as if it's their own money. We also thought about what businesses do we need to be in the future and what geographies do we need to be in the future, and that led to a divestment program for our portfolio of businesses. So we exited out of Australia, a number of businesses that probably wouldn't be core to the future here for us, so our rentals equipment business, And we freed up around $650 million cash as a result of that. So across those two programs, we got about $1 billion, but we needed that money because if we wanted to invest in new products, if we wanted to enter adjacencies, and if we wanted to become more competitive on our core products, we had to be able to invest in price, and we needed funds to do that.